What's up YouTube, Moz on Bikes here with another unboxing for you. Today I'm unboxing an entire SRAM GX Groupset. So I've been thinking about upgrading my bike recently from SRAM X1 11 speed, or maybe it's a side grade. GX is lower on X1, but either way, upgrading to a 12 speed Eagle system over the 11 speed system I currently have. And I found this GXP version of GX Eagle on Wiggle for 280 quid, so I snapped it up. So you're probably bored of me spinning the box around, so let's crack into it. So the first thing we're presented with is the drive side of the chain set and a box containing a chain. Let's have a little look at this paper. Actually, let's put it to the side, save it for later. This is the clamp for the shifter mechanism if you haven't got SRAM shifters. Let's pull a chain out and have a quick look at that. It should be a solid workhorse, nothing too flash. And onto the chain set. Like I say, it's just drive side for it for now. So the option I went for is 170mm crank length, 32 tooth chainring and a GXP spindle. Let's pop that to the side for now and crack on with the second layer of the box. I gotta say, if anybody from SRAM was watching, this is an unnecessary amount of plastic for this container. This is ridiculous. Right, let's be having a look at that derailleur. First impression is it's pretty huge. It's much bigger than the X1 I had previously, and it feels significant in hand. It feels really large. Quick look at the trigger shifter. See, it comes with a cable pre-installed. Nothing to write home about. It's more of the operation that counts on this. Onto the non-drive side of the chain set. See, it comes included with pedal washers there, which is a good thing. Yeah, feels pretty light in hand. Nice forged design. And finally, for this layer, we have the tool to set up the B tension, to adjust the distance between the jockey wheel and the cassette. So let's get rid of another unnecessary plastic tray from SRAM. Thank you very much. This must have fell off the drive side of the chain set. It must protect the mating face of the spindle at the end. Pop it back on for safekeeping. On to the third and final layer of this unboxing. We are presented with a cassette, and it's interesting they present it this way around. I think it's cool because you get to see all the machining, of the riveting, machining of the 50-tooth Eagle part and the machining of the thing. It's a pretty neat design, to be honest. Let's put it to the side quickly, and underneath we have yet another unnecessary plastic tray. I honestly feel like this could all be contained within cardboard bits and save all this wasted plastic. Let's pop it to one side for now. Right, let's have a detailed look around the chain set. As you can see, it's like a forged design with the hollowed out in the bottom. It's got the direct mount chainring with the most recent design of the chain ring teeth on it, which works with the narrower 12 speed chain. 3mm offset, 170 length. I think the forging is pretty interesting, to be honest. As you can see, we've got the direct mount style there, which is easy to change. It really is a really simple design. Moving on to the non-drive side. Perfect. This is where you fasten the two together using that captive fastener. Make sure they're both 170. It's nice of them to include pedal washers. It's always worth using the pedal washers, I think, if you're not going to change your pedals often. Right, let's stick them on the scales and see what they weigh in at. So 639 grams, pedal washers. Should make no difference. 639 grams, not too bad for something that should be fairly burly, I think. So I think that's good. Moving on to the GX rear derailleur. Let's have a detailed look around it. So you can see the difference in size between the upper and lower pulley. Also, the lower pulley's got like a narrow wide profile to its teeth and the upper doesn't, which is kind of interesting. Can't work out why they'll do that, but maybe it's for chain retention off the bottom of it. Feels pretty stiff in hand, the retention spring. Let's just try the service lockout if I can get it. I'll get there eventually. Oh, what are we doing? Yeah, with that. So that locks it out into its service position. So it's always a really handy feature of the SRAM chain sets to have that. Just push it forwards to release. The spring is really high tension in this. Parallelogram feels normal. B spring, B tension screw is massive. Look how big it is. Never seen anything that long on a Shimano. That must fit things. This little this roller here is pretty good for cable direction changes. I think there's much neater in some of the stuff you have on the road bikes, which usually has a barrel adjuster stuck in it rather than something neat like that. So let's pop it on the scales and see what it weighs. Uh, 293 grams. I think that's alright considering how big it is. Moving on to the shifter. As you can see, it comes with a cable pre-installed. Adjustments are made all at the shifter end, which is normal for mountain bikes. I'm going to be direct mounting this to my brakes because I've got guide RS brakes, so I don't have to use the bar mounter adapter if you've got something different. In hand, the lever feels okay. Doesn't feel particularly cheap, but some of the other bits feel a bit cheap about it. Not overly impressed. Here's the mount that you could use to mount it to your bars if you didn't have SRAM shifters. So you just bolt it to that point there, then you can bolt it to your handlebars like any normal shifter. It comes with a bolt included, just in case you're wondering. So yeah, initial impressions are okay. There's nothing to write home about, nothing wrong, nothing good. It's okay. Let's pop it on the scales and see what it weighs in at. So 122 grams on its own, or if we weigh in the additional mount, if you need to use it, it weighs in at 135 grams. Right, onto the party piece of the Groupset, the GX Eagle cassette. Let's have a detailed look at this. So initial impressions on first picking it up, it feels pretty heavy, which is to be expected. It's a massive cassette, to be honest. So we have 11 cogs of the cassette, which are steel, riveted together. Then the 50 tooth is made up from aluminium. So it should be a really hard wearing cassette. Like that 50 tooth should last pretty well. As you can see, there's a slight doming to the Eagle 50 tooth of it to get the 12 ratios onto your bike on the XD driver. Let me try to angle this a little better, see if it shows up on camera. So yeah, no, it doesn't really show up that well. But yeah, as you can see, the range looks pretty linear when you look down the side. It doesn't look like there's any sort of tight areas and a big jump. Right, moving on to the scales, let's see what this beast weighs in at. So 451 grams, which I don't think is too bad considering a Force Road cassette weighs 370. I think that's pretty good actually. So the final part to have a look at is the chain. Let's have a secondary unboxing of this. So it's a SRAM Eagle GX 12-speed chain. It's pretty greasy as it comes out the box. So let's have a look on the back. It comes with SRAM's power link connector, or power lock connector. These are pretty good. 126 links. Made in Portugal, which is always nice to see something made in Europe for a change. Yeah, there's a box with a chain in it. Let's open it up. So lifting a lid off, fine. We've got a greasy chain, but first let's have a look at the power lock connector. These are really good connectors, but it's not a snazzy coloured one like you have on the Eagle chain sets. Eagle ones are usually ridiculously rainbow coloured. Chain comes pre-grease, very greasy, which is good because it keeps it safe during storage. And there's some instructions at the bottom of the box, which we'll read when I install it. Let's have a detailed look at this chain, see if there's anything interesting to look at. So we have SRAM and Eagle printed one side. Nothing apparently super interesting to see. So let's stick it on the scales, see what it weighs in at. So 272 grams, and the power link is additional 3 grams, so 275 for the chain. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll be back with a review of the GX Eagle drivetrain once I have it put on my bike and I've had a good few rides, so to form a decent opinion. So I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers.